Welcome back to Behind the Vocals. This week we are joined by Josh Davies of Ingested. It's an amazing episode where we talk about all things vocals, lyrics, fun tour stories, MySpace Deathcore, and much, much more. So without further ado, let's get into the episode. All right, we are joined by the one and only Mr. Josh Davies of Ingested. Sir, how are you doing? Thank you for being here. It is an honor.
It's a pleasure being here. Thank you for having me. I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's a holiday season. It's a little busy, but doing good and stoked to chat all things vocals with you. And
Hell
again,
yeah.
appreciate your time. I know you're just getting off tour not too long ago, so taking away from much needed R&R from you.
Not much needed. I'm pretty much just like binging the Office series at the moment, but the USA edition. So
Oh, okay, okay. Which one do you like better?
America,
Okay.
like
Oh,
it's
so man. Do you watch a lot of the
uh,
American shows compared to like the UK versions?
not quite. I've kind of like fallen off TV a little bit, but like I do prefer like the American stuff. Like I'm trying to think what I've watched that's American
Did you
recently
ever
that I
watch
love. I think,
Shameless?
huh?
Shameless?
Oh yeah, but the UK version's better.
Really? Okay, I've never seen the
100%.
UK, so I have no like argument in this. I've only seen the American, but
American's good, but like I feel like if you're British and you see kind of like the estate they're on, like Manchester, you kind of like see it a bit more. And I feel like the UK one's a bit more like groggy, so kind
okay,
of adds to it.
okay.
It's a bit more shameless as well, like the UK version.
That
So
that show makes you feel better about your family no matter what. Because anytime like you're
mainly,
like
yeah.
you watch and you're like, there's no way things can get worse. And you're like, oh, they got worse. Okay, like
I feel like the UK one is a bit more unhinged. So
really.
100%,
Oh,
yeah.
I gotta watch. I need to watch this now. Now you're selling me on it.
Do it. Good.
Is it a
It's
lot of
fun.
seasons? Because Americans like
Maybe six, maybe five or six.
okay, okay, and it's similar characters.
Yeah, similar characters, just the UK one just kind of fits like the whole thing about Shameless. So you'll
Okay,
get it when you see it. You'll be like, oh shit.
okay, gotcha. What else have you watched? What other shows do you prefer?
Oh, dude. Uh, I'm getting to like old retro horror films at the moment, but like I'm not that intertwined with it. I know Sean, my guitarist, loves that stuff, but like I try and game more than anything. So like Dark Souls series, but if we're going back in like films. I'm like big on Star Wars. Revenge of the Sith is probably one of my all-time favorite Star Wars films. I know people have something to say about it, but I just think it's sick. And
Anakin
back on the
turning the
video
dark side.
game,
You have to love it.
of course. But back on like video games like Dark Souls and like the Soul series is kind of like Silent Hill and like the PS2 games. It's like my thing at the moment. So
Oh, very nice. Okay, I'm not like a Souls novice. I've played Demon Souls and Elden
Mhm.
Ring are about the. I played like a tiny bit of Bloodborne. That's about it for me on Souls games. I've always like avoided
So
them because I didn't want to like full on rage break something. But as I've like slowly like got into them, I see the appeal. They're awesome. They're beautiful. They're rewarding.
yeah. I'm still trying to figure out which is my favorite. It's either like Dark Souls 3 or Bloodborne, but Bloodborne's very punishing.
Yeah,
Mm,
Bloodborne. Bloodborne is gorgeous. Like the whole architecture and stuff, like the way it's laid out, is
hmm
really cool.
Gothic, like
Yeah, I love
Gothic
it.
cathedral kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure. Nice. All right. Hell yeah. Well, what I like to do to kind of start the episode is just give you the floor, let you introduce yourself, and tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
My name is Josh. I sing for the band Ingested. I used to sing for a band called Monasteries, still in a band called Malice at the moment. A little bit of a hiatus because everyone's doing their own thing. Yeah, I came from like a hardcore background. I played in hardcore bands. And I filled in for like a few smaller bands in the UK, but other than that, that's pretty much me.
Nice. So, how did you go from hardcore to ingested? How did this transition happen? A
So
little
I
bit of
kind
a
of like
difference.
yeah, my background was kind of like death, like MySpace deathcore
Yep.
crossover, like hardcore. That's kind of like how I did it, and like that's how I became so versatile in like kind of my ranges. And then pretty much like the bands I started joining or starting just got heavier and heavier and heavier. So my first ever band that I consider my first band was a band called Abandonment. That was kind of like hardcore. And then I moved from abandonment to monasteries. I did monasteries for like 5, 6 years. And that's like tech death. So it's like Tony Danza, kind of like Beneath the Massacre,
Yeah.
Immure sort of stuff. And then from like monasteries, while I was in that, I did a slam beatdown band called Sentenced. I did that. I joined them. And then Sentenced kind of like went away, did monasteries for the remaining of my years in the band, and I quit. I started Malice, which was more kind of like more mid-range, but it still had that kind of like deathcore to it. But it was a bit like chaotic, but not as too chaotic as Monsters. And then went from Malice to Ingested.
Nice. Okay. Very nice. Nice little evolution there. How
Yeah,
long
it's
have you
really
been doing
sick.
vocals?
Like 10 years now, 11 years. I kind of started late. I kind of started when I was like 16, kind of like 17.
Yeah.
Kind of like after secondary school finished, I kind of guess. Just kind of like needed an outlet because school wasn't great. It wasn't great for like many of us. But like I just kind of wanted something a bit pissed off. So I kind of went, you know what, fuck it. Go out my comfort zone and kind of like did it because I was always kind of like in secondary school, kind of like a nervous, anxious kid, very like to myself, didn't really like explore and like the performance or art side of things, very
Yeah.
like again reserved. So I kind of just did that and it just kind of made its course over the years. And I'm here.
Hell yeah. 10 years. It's awesome. That's really cool. So what kind of inspired you to get into vocals? Like to go that path and not go like a different instrument or a different route?
So I tried the instruments in like college, but I sucked. But when I was like 13, my dad's best friend's son had like a shitty TV in his bedroom that kind of like static screen. And then he was like, I need to show you something. I was like, okay. He racks up like YouTube. And then he puts a band called Suicide Silence in. And it was a music video from Unanswered, the live video. And it was also Bludgeoned to Death. But Unanswered was the first introduction. And the moment like Alex Lopez hit that snare, it went. I was like, what? Holy shit. And then when Mitch started singing with his like highs, I was just kind of like, holy shit, that's what I want to do from like the get-go. And then I was even like prior to that, I wasn't like interested in music at all. Like I got shows like hip hop, like bass line and kind of like pop music and kind of like rock music. So like, my dad is like heavy into like Iron Maiden and like Black Sabbath and Ozzy Osbourne, but it just kind of never appealed to me. So I skipped a beat
Yeah.
and I went full like balls to the wall extreme music, and that's where I went from like Suicide Silence, like Job for a Cowboy, MySpace, Chelsea Grit, I Wrestled a Bear Once, like Beneath the Massacre, early Tony Danza, like just for like even like early like Warped Tour bands, so kind of like early like Motionless and White, early Born of Osiris, I buttered the bread with butter. That was a band at some point. Betraying the Martyrs with Aaron Matz as the singer, where it's like more deathcore. But I went full on like kind of like that like route, and like that kind of went to like a deathcore route, MySpace route, then to kind of like a metalcore route, and then
Mm.
went kind of like hardcore, and I went like death metal, like Suffocation, Dying Fetus, Devourment. Um, but yeah, that's me. My first like brutal death metal shirt was like an Ingested shirt. We had a monster with a big penis on the front and the back. It just said "Skin to Fuck." We recently saw that on the aborted tour in March, and it sold amazingly.
You skipped the gateway bands and went straight to it. I love it.
Oh, 100%. Like, I wasn't really like introduced like Slipknot or Korn. That was like at a later date.
Yeah.
Same as like Deftones. So I fully started like extreme Job for a Cowboy, early Suicide Side. If I look into my Spotify, I'm sure I can find like all those bands.
Dude, man, the MySpace. You keep saying the MySpace days, and those are some good days. Like, found so much music and so much networking and meeting people
Yeah.
like back then, like in that scene and like with the genres.
Mhm. The revival of it right now is crazy. So
Yeah.
kind of like Revenant, Who else? Like Killing of a Sacred Deer, Psycho Frame, and there's like other bands that are doing it right now. But like those are the bands to me that's like sticking out.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Crucifixion.
The revival is nuts, and then bands coming back. I'm loving like the resurgence of like some of these older bands that were back during the MySpace days, starting to like come back for festivals or for like shows or
Tony
little
Danza.
runs and stuff. Like it's cool to see putting out new music. Monsters is one. They're coming
Hmm.
back, and just I
Yeah.
love seeing it.
The
Danza, you keep
the
mentioning Danza.
yeah.
They're teasing a new record.
The band that's coming back to me is probably Danza. I remember like seeing it on Furnace Fest and going insane. My
Yeah,
old band ripped off Danza. Like if you listen to Monasteries, it's just Danza.
Danza's dude. They write crazy stuff. Like they're so talented. It's crazy. It's just
I don't get it.
yeah.
It's mental.
The back and then they were doing that. What 15, 20 years ago at this point. Like they
Hmm.
and the stuff they were writing then like still holds up now. It's nuts. So I can't wait to hear the new
Yeah.
stuff they put out. What they've had
Oh,
stewing for this long.
dude, me too. It's gonna be sick.
Hell yeah. So no other instruments before vocals.
Dude, I sucked. And like in college, I tried like drums and bass. I still sucked. So,
I feel you. I've tried dabbling and just it's not me.
yeah,
I'll stick to what I can do. Like
you
I'll
and me
just
both.
yeah I'll give input. I might mouth some stuff like this would be sick, but other than that, like if I pick it up, no, it's not happening.
I'll stick to what I know.
All right. So how did you learn how to do vocals? So if you started about 10 years ago, there wasn't a ton of material then. Like it was
Hmm.
kind of just figured out yourself kind of deal. So how did you learn?
Yeah, pretty much self-taught, like self-taught and kind of winging it, just like everyone else in those days. There's one video that I did look on YouTube, and that was the Phil Bozeman How to Gull demonstration video.
He's a good
That
one
was
to
it.
teach you.
That's all. Yep, that was it. That's all I had, and then I had really nothing, and it was just pretty much like self-taught. And I don't know when there was a moment when it clicked. I think I just did it until like the tone started shaping and kind of like the control with it all. Because I feel like I do my stuff pretty much kind of different to everyone else's. I assume people do the same. And I just figured out myself. And then I guess when I started touring 5 years ago properly, I took like pointers from people such as like Joel Bad, Run It From Within Destruction, Wolf from Lorna Shore, and just kind of like the course of people like how they do it and maintain their voice. Because I never did a month-long tour singing until March this year. It was always like my longest one was like 2.5 weeks, but this month, well, this March this year was the first time I did like a long period of it. So I'm learning curve, still learning now, like how to maintain, but I think I've got like the gist of it and like when I'm feeling under weather, what to do, how I'm feeling 2 weeks into a tour, so stuff like that.
Okay. And you named some very awesome vocalists that are giving you pointers. So, I mean, that's good people to learn from for sure and get tips and tricks.
Yeah, was fortunate to be able to like be a merch guy and kind of like learn on the side of these tours. Because before singing for Ingested, I sold merch for Ingested, so I got to tour with like all these amazing bands prior to like singing for them. So when doing these tours, I also got to sing with some of these amazing bands, and I got to learn how they're maintaining their voice. So
Hell yeah, that's awesome. That's really cool. What were some early mistakes you made when you first started doing vocals?
over practicing,
It's a good one.
over practicing for sure, and kind of like not relaxing. I found that the more you relax, the better it'll come across. Like relax your shoulders.
Don't be
Why not?
tense.
Yeah, like even though it's hard because you'll have like the adrenaline rush,
Mm-hmm.
but try not to like dwell on the adrenaline rush and just kind of like just chill.
Okay.
Think less as well. Thinking less helps.
Yeah. Don't overthink it. Just let it kind of flow.
Precisely.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay. Hell yeah.
Know your limits as well,
Yeah.
and kind of like I guess what I learned was like figure out what's better for you, because these amazing people could be doing something that's good for them, but it might not work for you. And I figured that out like the hard way. So it's like people will have like teas consistently throughout. I think I'll have like Muka, ginger, lemon and honey, kind of Muka like sachets that I put in like my teas. I'll have them for like maybe like a week or 2 weeks, and then because my voice is so conditioned to performing almost every night, I don't need it. And because I'm selling merch, my voice is already warmed up. So I think before I even perform, I think I just go like up and down the scale for like a minute. Then I'll do my tones during like sound check, and that'll be it. I just go and do it.
Okay, nice. Hell yeah. And you kind of mentioned like what works for other people, like different things, different people, and like learning your voice. Everyone's different.
Yeah,
Like kind of how you get ready and warm up your voice is different than how maybe Will does his,
hundred
or
percent.
any vocalist. Like it, yeah. There's similarities and there's definitely a science to like what can do what, but it just how you all get there is, or how we all get there is vastly different. And I've definitely picked up
Yeah.
lots of tips and tricks from doing this show, just different things I've heard. I'm like, okay, I'm going to try that myself.
Mhm.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so it's like there's like a bunch of singers that I know that don't even warm up because they're like, well, I'm talking all day and I'm meeting people, meeting fans. So it's like you already can kind of warming up, and like if you're standing merch, you kind of conditioned to it
Yeah.
because you're already like talking loud, and
Mhm.
so you're already in that set. So what someone told me, I think it was Anna from Distance, it's like why warm up where it kind of knocks down your voice before performing, because obviously when you perform your voice gets tired, so
Yeah.
it pulls back or like pretty much like automatically. So it's like why kind of make an effort now when you can just kind of give 100% the moment you step on stage. And that's what I kind of like learned.
Kyle from Fallujah is kind of like that. He said, all day he's talking, he's doing different things, getting ready, and then when it's go time, like he doesn't want to drain that battery, so he does. I don't really have to warm up. He says, he's like, I want to go in
Exactly. I
full
know.
charge.
Exactly. I know in my in ears when my voice starts to pull back a little bit
Yeah.
because I'm tired, I'm exhausted. So it's like, it's just normal.
Yeah. All right. Nice. So was there a moment where it all kind of clicked when you were learning, when you started just like doing it on your own and teaching yourself? Was there like that aha moment where you're like, oh, it makes sense. Like I got this now.
Hell no. I thought I was shit for you. I thought I was shit for years. Like, I still don't think I'm that great. So it's like, there's always going to be times where I'm improving and figuring out new things. Like even now, like even like finishing up like music we've just done, the stuff I just kind of went, I didn't think to do that, and that's whether it's like tone manipulation, projection, the way I'm sitting, the way I'm shaping my mouth. Like there's always going to be something I'm going to be doing that will make me learn.
Yeah. For me, there was and we talked before we started recording, like Zenna screaming. I remember listening and I was just like, none of this makes any sense to me. Like I was trying to
Of
learn and I was
course.
like, I don't understand anything they're saying. I was like, this isn't helping me. And then I remember being at practice and like the pencil trick of like
Hmm.
screaming over a pencil, like you're talking over the pencil, like to project it. I remember just
Yeah.
like doing a run through and I was like, I'm going to pretend I'm doing over the pencil, like she said. I'm just curious. And then like I did it and I was like, oh, that felt a little different. I was like, oh, okay. I think I understand
My
now.
head, my head can't register that because when I push down. And if I want to go higher, I push up.
Yeah.
If I want to do highs, I use my head voice, but I tighten my throat.
Right.
And like people want to say I tighten my throat when I'm doing highs, people look at me weird. So it's and like I guess that's because I don't do it. So now I'm talking now. But when I tighten my throat, it's like that.
Yeah.
And I use my head voice, and that's how I get my kind of what people say suicide signs, Mitch look at S highs. And that's how I do it. And it's like if I do my mids sit kind of like under my chins,
Yeah.
which brought down, and I bring it down within my stomach because
Okay.
everything comes from my stomach.
And you do a lot of like tongue placement, right? To like change like the tones of different things, like how you.
It depends what I'm doing. If you want to go like, I don't like using the modern words like tunnel throats
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and how everything's been labeled, but I kind of pretty much just wing it and do whatever I want.
There you go. Hey, you're a monster. That's why.
Thank you.
Absolutely, man. All right. So you kind of already touched on your routine, but what is exactly your routine to get ready to do vocals, and does it change depending on if you're doing a festival like a one-off show, or if you're on tour, or if you're in the studio, or even as you mentioned under the
Uh,
weather?
if it's like a one-off show, like a festival, like a one-off, I will warm up and drink like Manuka honey and ginger because my voice isn't conditioned to like doing that, even if I do practice. So I do warm up, and it will be for like 2 minutes, if that. And then if I'm ill, I won't warm up at all. I'll just go do it. If I'm fine, I'm on tour, sell merch for 5 hours or how many hours I'm there before my set. I will go backstage. I will have room temperature water because like cold water and ice just kind of fucks me up personally.
Yeah.
And then I'll put my in-ears in, log myself in, turn my mic on, check the levels, do it. That's it.
Okay. I can't
Even
do
Joe,
cold
even,
water with vocals. I
yeah,
can't.
yeah,
I'm right there with you.
Even Joe Bath from Fit for No Tops, I'm pretty sure he toned down on warming up, and he'll just go do it.
Hell yeah.
So
Okay.
I get people will just say it's all in your head. Like Carl Medina, I think back when I toured with him, he was like, "It's all in your head. Just go and do it." I'm not too sure if he's still the same or if he's changed,
Yeah.
but
Which when
yeah,
you guys are on tour though, like a very common thing I'm hearing is like when you're doing longer tours, usually like the first few shows, the first show you're gonna go off because your voice is like really fresh, you know, and then there's like the first week's a little rougher maybe in parts, like you lose a little tone or something, but then after that, like there's no warm up needed. You're kind of a well-oiled machine. And you're going through it.
yeah. Well, that's pretty much it. 'Cause it's like that's how I figured this tour that I just did. The first week, I was like, shit. I felt shit, but also I did have like a really bad chest infection. For
Mm.
some reason, the first week when I fly to the States, I'm either ill or have a bad chest infection, and that's it. I don't know why. It gotta be the aircon. The aircon's fucking me, maybe. But it's like the first like week or 2 weeks, I'm like, oh, like dragging feet. But after that, towards the back end, I'm like thriving.
Yeah.
So the aborted tour, I had COVID. I think I had COVID the first like week and a bit, and then I was like thriving completely. But this tour, I had a chest infection that was kicking my ass. Like after the 2 week pop mark, I was fine. It was good. I didn't care. I just did it all.
It's like it gets conditioned, like you said, and you're golden. Like it knows what it's doing every day, and then
So
you're a machine.
when it's like conditioned and it's like in the pocket, you're smooth sailing. You got nothing to worry about unless you like on a full stomach eating food or you're just kind of like on that dairy hype shit. So
Yeah. And it's I've noticed like routines kind of go out the window at that point because you got it going. Like yeah,
yeah, pretty much.
absolutely awesome. So do you do anything at all for vocal care when you're not doing vocals? Anything special you do to help or even like after a
Rest.
set, do you like have tea or
Nope.
cool downs or
I
nothing?
just going to sell merch kind of like warms down my voice. Um, if I'm in the tour and I feel a bit rusty, I kind of use lozenges. Uh, but if I'm at home after a tour, I just talk like normal, rest up. I don't really do it for like a week or two,
Yeah.
maybe 4 weeks. And then, like I said, I've been home for 3 weeks and I'm not really done it. So like I'll get back to that soon in the new year to prepare for the upcoming tours. But like other than that, no, that's pretty much me.
Okay. Nice. You're a machine. It's confirmed. You hear it here first. Josh is an absolute unit of a vocal machine.
Maybe I'm trying my best.
I think you are. So
Thank you.
okay, we're gonna switch it up a little bit. This is gonna be fun. Where do you pull from for lyrics? Do you do more of like personal? Do you do like conceptual? Do you do like a mixed bag of the two? Like what's kind of your go to?
It's been a mixed bag over the years, but I think for like the latest records, it's been like personal, like topics, kind of like nefarious tongues that we just dropped. Is kind of like touch base on like social media and kind of like the egos that kind of like sit on it and like proto nefarious, which is ultra flesh, that kind of like touched on like just kind of like people like letting you down. So that touched base on that, and like the Monarchy's album was just kind of like a whole conceptual thing of kind of like a dystopia kind of like world and kind of like the eight kind of like beings were kind of like a song each, and they kind of like hold weight with lyrics, and like some of the lyrics are, like personal, etc. But a lot of it is personal.
Okay.
And I think like that's a better approach for me because I like to make people feel something or make them know whatever they're feeling. It's like, okay,
Gotcha. A little easier for people to associate with, like if it's something personal, because
exactly,
Gotcha, gotcha.
exactly.
All right. Is there a lyricist you look up to or admire?
Oh, absolutely. Like Vincent Bennett from the Acacia Strain's like top, especially at the moment, especially within that new Acacia Strain record. Like he has a lyric in maybe Moonlight something. Can't remember. It was like the second or third tracks where he goes, bury me vertically till my head's exposed, so the world can see me decompose. I'm
That's
like, that's
honest
the
to God,
highest thing I've
that's
ever
the
heard.
one I was literally thinking when you said Vincent. Like that's the first lyric that popped into my head because I heard that and I was like,
Exactly.
"Damn, that's genius. That's a really good lyric."
He is a mastermind behind the lyrics, and I always read a Casey Strain lyrics because I'm just like, this dude just writes insane. Like, how is he thinking of this stuff? Like, he's definitely, I think, my favorite lyricist.
Okay, it's a good one. He's been named several times on the show too. Like he's definitely
I'm not
influential. I
surprised.
mean, yeah, and there's a reason. Like
He's thick.
absolutely. Okay, so this next one sucks, and you kind of already touched it. I don't know if this is the same for you or not, but do you have a favorite lyric? It can be one of your own. It can be someone else's, or both if you have them. It's a rough question. It is on the spot to think of one lyric.
I'm gonna go OG just because it's the band that kind of like influenced me to even do this shit. I think like Bludgeon to Death, Suicide Science, where it goes, and the doctors won't be able to recognize your fucking face.
Okay.
Big subtracts, big impact. I think like that was the first vocal break I've ever heard where I've gone
Okay.
because it's just massive, and even live, it's massive because it's just like rumble, singer says it, sub drop.
Is there any of yours that stand out as like a favorite lyric you've wrote?
I feel at the moment Nefarious song is just because of how catchy it is, and maybe kind of the chorusy section was like selfish, malevolent, nefarious,
Okay.
and like I think those lyrics are probably my favorite that we've done at the minute, and
Okay.
that's like me not going into the next stuff because I can't talk about that
Yeah.
yet.
Absolutely. Yeah, we can't get you in trouble. Um, so tips for songwriters as far as like lyrically, patterns, flow, cadence, like all that stuff when you're writing your vocal parts. What kind of tips do you have?
Lyrically, I just like for it to be genuine. Um, I'll write like a template and then I'll write again and then I'll put it to the song and then I'll rewrite it again. For the flow of the vocal patterns, I kind of just let it take its course. I kind of do talk, like scratch track, whisper, talk, however you want to do it. I fluctuate and then I'll just track vocals over it with like mids and then I'll just start changing things around. That's pretty much how I do things.
Okay. I do kind of similar. I go like more of the mid, like a comfort range, just get like the
Yeah,
base of like how it's gonna flow, and then I'll start the
yeah,
accents and changing the layer, like
exactly.
the ranges and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, or start with highs, whatever's what I'm feeling at the time.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice. Um, all right, so we all know when we're writing stuff, we don't always think about. I need to do this live, especially in this day and age where there's a lot of like punching in parts here and there and like words and lines and stuff. Is there
hmm
a part you dread doing live vocally? And on the flip side, is there a part you really look forward to doing live?
No, I
Okay.
feel like I'm very lucky because I feel like I have a good breathe, like breath control, and I have a good diaphragm. So if you like listen to like the Monster stuff, it's very vocally demanding. And with the Ingested stuff, it's not really vocally demanding. It's pretty much like a walk in a park. We did play a song on a boy called Tatanamaki, and that was like very continuous. But being conditioned to it, it just felt fine.
Yeah.
But to open with it, it was a bit like, that's a lot. But if I was like a middle of the song, I'd be fine. Sorry, middle of the set, I'd be fine. But like, it was just a song that was like fine. I never really like, beat myself up over it. But no, I don't really dread
Okay.
anything.
Nice.
I'm
Again.
I feel kind of fortunate. Like I take after like my breath control and it kind of like making sure my stamina is fine, and I feel like everything's pretty much smooth sailing for me.
Again, you're a monster. That's what it is. It's what it comes down
Thank
to.
you. I try my best.
All right. So this next one's kind of a goofy one, and you're gonna actually be on tour with this band soon. And it's Body Snatcher. It's inspired by Kyle from Body Snatcher and Adam from Killswitch Engage. Do you have a favorite call out, like a mosh call or anything that stands out to you?
It's funny you mentioned Body Snatcher because my first band was called Abandonment, which is after Body Snatcher's first EP.
Yeah.
So that's funny. But a favorite call out.
Because Kyle, we all know Kyle is like
The
off the
man.
wall shit, constantly saying this insane things.
Uh, well, when we perform, I like to kind of rile up the crowd and be like serious call outs. I know Carl does like a bunch of funny
Yeah.
ones and they're great, but like if you like talk like serious angry bullshit, it's either telling someone to kick someone's head in or in impending dominance. I believe Sean does like a guitar where it's on his own, like, dun, dun. And I think I say no friends, only enemies. I say that one consistently. Either that, it's just kick someone's head in,
Okay.
or aim for the back, or if no one's moving, make them move, or just aim. It's pretty much aim for the back.
Hell yeah. Just get them to go.
Oh
It
yeah,
works too. Has to work.
I like I like the violent side to it
Oh yeah.
also.
There's something about
That's
being on
me.
stage and like watching it just go down. Like
Oh
it's an
yeah, it's
energy.
funny. It's very humorous, but like I enjoy it and I
Yeah.
kind of thrive off people beating the shit out of each other. And if I'm not beating the shit out of each other, I'm just kind of like, it's an okay show. But if they're really beating the shit out of each other, I'm like, this is amazing.
Yes, I love it. All right. So this next one's kind of a sports inspired question. And it's funny to get the answers for this, but it's do you have any like pre-show or studio rituals you do, like superstitions, if you will? Because a lot of times the athletes will have like they have to wear a pair of socks or they have to do this or that before the show to be ready. Kind of like that placebo. Kind of like you said, it's a mental thing that makes you ready.
Um,
That even if you didn't do it, you would still go crush it. But you know, you just like extra comfort.
oh, I sit down when I record.
Okay.
In the studio this time, I sit like I have to sit like this, like kind of like angled like that. I have to have the mic stand between my legs, and I have to be like in the mic, and I use my in-ears when I record. A big bottle of water. I think on this tour is not this tour, this time when we're in the studio, egg custards, desserts run the ritual. I had to smash a
Okay.
few of them out. But no, that's pretty much it. Like I don't drink, I don't smoke either. It's pretty much just me sitting down doing vocals. That's kind of, I guess, my ritual.
Okay. Those are some new ones.
That's-
That's actually ones I haven't heard. Like I've heard everything from just like the fist bump before going live to like the socks to don't say it's a good show until we're out of the city is one.
No,
Like there's all kinds of like random
no.
thing push ups. Blue Gatorade was one in the studio. Like, but those are
Before a
new.
show, before I perform, I think like I put up a sign saying back after the set, like 30 minutes before we play, or like maybe like an hour before we play, just to kind of give me some like chill and like just kind of like sit with myself a little bit rather than like rushing around quite constantly. I guess like we wet our hairs and like we talk. I don't usually talk before we play.
Okay.
I just check my mic and then just go do it.
So you're the only one that does merch.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Do you still enjoy
That's
doing
like,
all the
yeah.
merch and just and like interacting with everybody?
Yeah, but then like my social battery like kind of like dips a little bit like towards the end of the tour. But like other than that, yeah, I enjoy it.
Okay. Nice. Hell
I
yeah.
like meeting new people. I'm very grateful for the people that who have come from Monastery or come from Ingested that will just still continue supporting us doing this shit because it's insane. But like I'm forever grateful.
Hell yeah. All right. All right. So you've mentioned a lot of bands. Who are some bands you're listening to now? I'm curious. Like, who's kind of on your playlist now?
Psychoframe, God Complex, DKC Strain's album, Killing of a Sacred Deer, Devourment's on there at the moment. A lot of Dying Fetus is also on there at the moment. There's a band called Drowned into Concrete, which is Hunter Young's other band. Um, There's a few more. The new Sanguisugabug album, Orthodox new album, Chamber. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Got a list there. What's your album of the year? Putting you on the spot now.
Sanguisugabug, Hideous Aftermath.
Nice. Okay.
It would have been Psychoframe, Salvation, Last in the Face of a Grieving Mother. I think if I can't pick between those records because they're both completely separate records in their own way and why they're my favorite album of the year. But I'm gonna say like I'm changing my answer. I don't care. They're both my album of the year.
Okay.
Both of them. I listen to them both religiously. Sanguisugabug mainly because of the production and because Devin sounds like a beast. It's the best he's ever sounded. He's sounded great previously, but this he sounds massive. He sounds like Corpse Grinder. With the production and the mix and the master side to that album was 100% a game changer. And it was like, this is the most grueling, dirty record I've ever heard in my entire life. And then when it comes to like Psycho Frame, it's like, it's that resurgence. It's two amazing musicians just giving it the beans and the mic. And everyone else behind them is also amazing, like Leo and like the guitarist and Hunter. Like they're just insane. And like the other guitarist, I can't remember his name, but he's super talented as well, and especially the bass player. Don't leave those boys out. But like that record was just like phenomenal. Like it was just so like in my head, I was just like, wow. It was incredible.
The record is crazy heavy too. It is stupid
Yeah.
heavy.
And like the Acacia Strain put out like one of the best records
Yeah.
they've ever done. And like every record they've done, I've enjoyed, but this one just kind of like had something there that was just like, why is this so good to me? And I can't figure it out. I'm still listening to it going, I love every song, especially like Bloodlust 2, I believe. The last song, it's just like doomy, big, sad, heavy, 13-minute song. I'm just like, this is insane.
Is there what albums are you excited for next year? That have been announced, obviously. I'm sure there'll be stuff that hasn't fully been announced, but
What has been announced?
that's
I don't know.
who
I
there
know, I know of Sulfur bringing out a new record, which I'm excited to see. I think it's
isn't
called Evermore.
Danza didn't Danza announce 5 coming out 2026?
I must have missed that, but if they're doing that, then sick. I think
I think they
I'm
just
excited for my own music to see the reception, the reaction of people. I think if Psycho Frame drops something, I'll be excited for that. I'm like out the loop a little bit at the moment, but whenever bands announce it, I'm just like sick. Despise Icon Records was also great as well.
hell yeah. Okay, do you have a favorite show you've done that like stands out to you?
100%. We played Edmonton on this Canada run at the moment, on the last tour. That was like packed. I think it was like 600 people that came through. It was a sick show, like completely rammed. Energy was great, vibes were great, crowd was great. Like I said, kicking each other in, couldn't ask for more. Calgary in Canada. Canada's always like amazing for us. So like the shows on this tour was insane. I think almost every show, or not every show on that aborted tour we did in March was amazing. Albuquerque at the launch pad. Albuquerque always treats us great. Like there's a lot of favorite shows, but I think on the tour we just did, it's the fight between Edmonton, Calgary, or Albuquerque.
What is it about Canada? I've heard Canada shows are just crazy.
Dude, I don't know, but like we went B market on that tour, so it's like smaller cities that like no one really goes to. So I've never really been to Edmonton or Calgary at all. So going to those and just seeing how crazy they were, I was just like, holy shit, I'd come back here again.
So where's some of your favorite places to play? Like favorite cities or countries?
America as a whole is like my favorite to play. I've not done Australia and we've not done Asia yet, but like America is great. Like I just love the kind of like energy the fans come. Europe's great, but like something about America where it's just like batshit crazy. It's bonkers.
Is there a favorite
And I
place in
love it.
America?
Mm, I do like New York, do like Texas, do like Florida, love Canada, even though, yeah, love Canada. I say those at the moment,
Okay.
but New York definitely, Florida and Texas for sure.
Oh yeah. All right. So favorite bands to tour with?
That I've toured with,
Hmm.
dude. Distance, my favorite band that I've toured with. They're like the funniest people I've ever met in my entire life. I love those guys with all of my heart. I love touring with Cell and Crucifixion and everyone we just toured with. I feel like there's not been a band I've not enjoyed touring with, so I can't really put them in like top to bottom. I think loved touring with everyone else.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. What's is there a bucket list band you would love to tour with that you haven't yet? Someone you would love to go out and
Would love to tour with Chelsea Grin and Suicide Silence, of course. We've toured with Fetus, but would love to tour with Fetus again. Would love to tour with Corpse again, Cannibal Corpse. But a bucket list band, definitely Suicide Silence, Chelsea Grin, Whitechapel, and the Acacia Strain. I say from the top of my head, them. Deftones would be cool, but I can't imagine like a death metal band play with Deftones. We've we've kind of played with Korn, but not on the same stage, the same day as Korn, and
yeah,
the same festival. Actually, we've done that with Whitechapel as well. Whitechapel played like the same stage, but like two bands after us.
nice.
I don't know if it counts. I don't know what the law is behind that, but that's as close as I'll get at the moment.
Can you imagine
Whatever.
that tour, that bucket list tour you just said? Like how crazy that would be of a lineup.
Dude, only one can wish.
That would be, God, that would be insane. That'd be such an insane tour.
I'd love to talk corn.
Oh man, that'd be wild. Okay. Do you have any fun tour stories that you can share? You know, they can see the light of day. Some stuff, obviously, we probably can't share, and we probably shouldn't share. But is there stuff that you can share?
Everything that's coming to my head is like very unhinged right now. So, we'll talk about the story where I got drunk. Like 2022, Perry Mains, Lorna Shore. Like Lorna Shore, Boyd, Angel Maker of Sulfur Ingested. Not in that exact order, but like that was the package. And I remember getting drunk in like God, maybe like New Mexico or something like that. And then I remember like it was with Moke from Lorna, Will, some of the Angel Maker dudes at a bar, completely shit faced. And we are like walking towards like Lorna's bus, got thrown off Lorna's bus because me and like the old singer was like arguing. And then all I remember is like walking out. He was thrown up. I walk to the RV, pull open the door, like the RV door. I lay on my bed, just kind of like slouched like that. I'm like, I'm good. And then Miles, who was filling in for Ingested on guitar on that tour, when we start driving, he jumps down and he starts throwing up in the sink. But the look of him throwing up makes me spew. But I get up and I throw up on his head. And I throw up on his head. And then I completely pass out in the sink, standing up while the RV's moving. So like my head's in the sink. And then I get put to bed. I wake up. There's like sick all over me. Lynn, my drummer, was like, "You need to throw up on me." Miles is like passed out above us with the drivers. We had two drivers, singer and guitarist is like on their bed. Of Sulfur's spinning guitarist is on our floor at the moment, like on dog bed, sleeping. I'm like completely covered in sick. I'm like, what happened? And I feel like shit for the next 2 days. And we're in Iowa at this point. I was like rooting show. And like me and the old singer just go and get pizza. We're like the most depressed we've ever been. So I'm like, I can't even eat this. And like, I don't drink, like rarely drink at this point. So
That's awesome. So you kind of mentioned there's a lot of stuff coming in 2026. What can you tell us about that's announced and you're allowed to say? But it's a busy year
we've
for you guys,
announced
right?
yeah, yeah, we've announced a tour with Body Snatcher, Psycho Frame, and Big Ass Truck. Uh, I think it's a co-headline. I think we rotate in the UK and in Europe. I think they finish. I'm so excited to tour with Body Snatcher. They're such good dudes. Like the loveliest people I've ever met in my entire life. And then in May we do Chaos and Carnage, and then we do something. in August, I think, maybe. I don't know. Is it October or August? I'm not too sure. It's still being figured out. And then we're looking to stuff at the end of the year. But we have new music slipping definitely throughout 2026.
Nice. Can't wait. Stoked to hear it. Hell yeah.
People people will see me a bit more because I have another tour lined up, filling in for a band. People see me do that and then do Body Snatcher. So other than that, I think that's all we've got planned.
Okay. Hell yeah. You got a busy year. Stay on the go.
Oh, dude, it's fun. It's gonna be fun.
That's
I
I
think,
guess that's
yeah,
how you like it too, based on your home. You're kind of like, all right, I'm ready to get back on the road and ready to do things.
pretty much, yeah.
Nice. Hell yeah, dude. Well, it's gonna be a good year. I have confidence that you guys are gonna crush it this year, especially the tours lined up and music dropping. It's gonna be a good year for you guys.
I'm so hyped to tour Psycho Frame. I think that's the band I'm most excited to tour with this year.
Dude, they come out swinging with their stuff. They
Dude,
they come out
oh,
swinging. I heard them. I was like, oh man, they're again stupid heavy. Like it's so good, and that snare is just ridiculous.
dude, I can't wait.
It's so nasty sounding. Hell yeah. And Body Snatcher, dude, Body Snatcher is amazing live there.
Dude,
Kyle's a great dude. Love chatting with him.
he's a beast.
And he's a hell of a front man. Which is a good segue. I want to know your opinion. I love asking this. Which is more difficult? Vocalist or front man? Because there is a difference in like and how I kind of like preface that is like there's some vocalists they can do anything and everything. All ranges, with ease. But as far as commanding the crowd, kind of like if you watch Kyle or whoever, or even like, Corey from Slipknot or Phil from Whitechapel, like there's a presence, there's like an aura, like a charisma or something, and just they can say anything and the crowd will do it. Like they have in the palm of their hand from start to finish. And there's some that just have that, but they maybe don't have all the ranges and techniques like in their tool belt. They're more maybe limited vocally, but
Mm,
they can work a crowd really well. Which would you say is harder?
can I say neither? I
Sure.
feel like I don't. I feel like depending on the show and the crowd, it depends on the crowd and how the crowd is feeling because not everyone's gonna move. People do enjoy just standing there and
Yeah.
listening to the music. So kind of like it depends on the show. But as I said, I feel like I have no problem with neither. Vocals, I'm fine with. Being a frontman, I'm fine with. I can talk to a crowd. I used to like struggle with it, but now like again, like I'm conditioned to it. I got used to it. I grew a pair of balls pretty much. Is what I'm saying. And then but like my presence on stage is just like angry, move fast, tell people to literally just like kick off. And that's how I like it.
Yeah. Who are some frontmen that stand out to you? They're like really good, like just presences.
Dude, Skylar from Cell, who sings now for Burials.
Yeah.
I think him and I think Vincent from Acacia Strain. But mainly Skylar. Like right now, it's Skylar for sure. I watched him tour with us with Cell and Varials a couple months ago, and I just watched him. I was just like, wow,
Varial's new songs are
yeah,
stupid heavy too. Good God.
dude, the album might be the album of the year for me next year.
Really?
So good,
I mean
so good.
there's two songs out now? Or is there three?
Yes, two.
Two. Both of them. I've listened to them so many times. I was like, God, so pissed off and so heavy. It's good.
So good. He's probably my favorite like vocalist frontman at the moment. He's so good.
Okay. Hell yeah. All right. Well, I've taken up a lot of your time. Um, I like to kind of just give you the floor to plug whatever you want, promote yourself, band,
Hmm.
tours, whatever, and we will definitely add it in the description down below. So if you will,
Yeah,
just promote away.
sick. So everyone will be hearing a lot from Ingested early next year. We're touring with Body Snatcher, Psycho Frame, Big Ass Truck across UK, Europe. There's a lot of UK shows and there's a lot of European shows. And then we'll be home for a month and then we're back out on the road with Chaos and Carnage. And that will be Dire's Murder, Carnifex, Body Box, Gates to Hell, us, Body Snatcher again. Sorry if I missed anyone else, but I'm sure everyone can go check the flyer. And then hopefully when things are more wrapped up, they'll be hearing a lot of us towards the middle of next year and the end of next year. If people want to come see me perform personally, I'll be on tour with counterparts. If starting from January the 20th, that's UK, Europe, filling in for God Complex. That'll be announced pretty much the day before we leave, which is the 19th of January.
Okay. Hell yeah. Nice. And yeah, and then follow the socials, all the socials for Ingested. And
Dude, everyone can find Ingested at www.ingested.co.uk. Ingested UK on Instagram, Ingested on Facebook, my personal, Josh Davies _. I post vocal stuff, shit like that. If everyone wants to go check it out, feel free.
hell yeah.
I also do features and stuff. That's me.
There you go. Go show some love. I have to ask, favorite venue. Do you have a favorite venue? Is there a venue you look forward to most when it's like tour time? You're like, oh, I can't wait to go there.
Albuquerque Launchpad. A lot of people don't agree with me that I've toured with, but insane. It's like a weird venue, but it always goes off. God, a venue that I always enjoy playing. I've only played Hangar 19 once. That was great. That's in Greensboro, I believe. There's a couple of venues that we're playing next month that I'm excited, like the Forum in London, the Ritz in Manchester, the Institute in Birmingham. There's going to be some theatres on Chaos and Carnage that I'm looking forward to, especially like one in Brooklyn. There's a massive one that I can't remember. That's in California. That I'm excited to see. Whatever, but the Flywood show. But I'm very, very excited, especially on the Bystander tour. There's like a few small ones, like the Key Club. So I'm excited. Yeah.
Do you prefer the smaller clubs or the bigger clubs? Do you want
At the
packed in
moment,
more?
at the moment, I can only say smaller, intimate ones because I've not really done theatre. Chaos will be the biggest ones, and this tour in the next few weeks will be the biggest ones I've done. So I can only let you know.
Nice. All right. What about like the festivals? Do you like those at all?
I've only really done like festivals as like a merch guy with Ingested, but I've only really played like small festivals or like one major festival, which is we did Download Festival this year, and Download was a bucket list, and that topped the chart for me. I enjoyed Download so much.
Ton of people. It's
A lot of people.
it's insane.
A couple of fans. It was so good.
All right. Well, what kind of advice do you have for the vocalists out there? It can be someone wanting to pick up the mic and start, or someone that maybe has been doing it a little bit, or even a veteran that's been at it for a while.
Yeah, just kind of like take it steady, take it at a good pace for you, figure out what's good for you, and just keep practicing. You're gonna get in your own head about it, but get out your head, practice, do it, practice your favorite songs, write some lyrics that are personal to you, and just kind of like take it steady, go at it, keep practicing, know what's best for you.
Hell yeah, I love it. Well, Josh, thank you so much for your time, and hopefully I'll see you in
Thank you so much for
Nashville
having
here
me.
in a few months, throwing down, doing your thing.
Dude, message me and we'll sort it out. We'll hang out.
Right.
I'll give you guest lists.
Oh, dude, you're a legend. I appreciate it very much. Thank you so much for your time again and for doing this interview. And it's been a pleasure.
Hell yeah. Have a good night.
Thank you all so much for watching or listening to this episode of Behind the Vocals featuring Josh Davies of Ingested. Please be sure to check out all the links down below to check out Josh's personal socials as well as Ingested on social media, their website. Keep an eye out for tour dates and new music coming from them as well. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys and gals on the next one.